We've been discussing Prii and the new Sportiest Prius Ever from Toyota. We have wondered, what's it like on a racetrack? I mean, how often do you get to wear a racing helmet inside a Prius? This is the first time I've ever worn a helmet in a Prius. We are idiots, but I'm really excited. Thanks to our friends at Vredestein, they have given us Ultrac Vorti Plus tires, they are summer tires. They have great wet performance, great dry performance.
V86, it's back. We brought it for two reasons. First off, it's just fun to be back in this car on track, and also because we need a reference point.
Great cars, great roads, and all the reasons we love to drive.
Road trips, comparisons, test drives, and podcasts. This is Everyday Driver.
Here we go! And I can see people are laughing at me. And I am on track in a Prius.
Of course, the Prius is not a track car. It's not designed to be a track car. This, on the other hand, they encourage to be a track car. I know oil starvation issues, I've heard all the things, but this is a car that is set up properly. Rear wheel drive, front engine, good balance. It's a car that can go on track. The Prius, of course, is not.
Well, this is very familiar. This is our local track, UMC, testing out the tires, but already the turn-in is superb on these Ultrac Vorti Plus tires. We have also upgraded the brake fluid because that's always important. Oh, also, it's raining today.
I actually have never driven this track in the wet. I've driven it multiple times dry, but I've never once driven it wet. I know the line, but of course, you know, all bets are off when you're out here in the wet.
Oh, already, this is kind of interesting. But you know what? If we set some benchmark kinds of laps for the conditions, for just what we're doing with the GR86, and then the Prius can come close to keeping up, that's a huge win.
I'm in track mode. I'm taking it easy. The question here is, can I put in on this mixed surface track even a halfway decent lap without sliding off into the gravel? Because the people that just were in the prior session were talking about how very slick the track is, hasn't been rained on recently, and then of course just got rained on before we come out. Yeah, there's some slide for sure. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Some of these corners I'm getting a feel for in the wet. Some of them I just don't know what the levels of grip are. And since this 86 technically is no longer my car, I know current owner would appreciate it if I don't discover the edges. But this is so easy that even when it slides, you just gather it up. The funny thing is that the Prius is staying with me. Granted, I'm putting in my first lap, just getting a sense of it, but the Prius is right back there. There he is.
Oh, these tires are excellent. Todd and I always talk about the very first thing you need to do is tires. Get a driver upgrade, of course. Get some experience and instruction as a driver. But then, wheels and tires are first, then brakes, before you add power. Now, we could have done more to this car, but at this point, the Prius is too new. Oh, the body roll in this car is astounding. This is too much fun. This is stupid fun. Full power, the car really doesn't know what to do with tracking. That's clear.
Now sure, this GR86 is not some monster powerhouse, we all know that. On a day like today when it's actually greasy, it's not even fully rainy, it's just greasy, a huge amount of power is just going to get in your way.
Okay, flat to the floor. This car could use more power, of course, but already I'm experiencing the grip from this car. I can hang on to corners and watch what the Prius can do. Look at that, it's starting to push a little bit. There we go, come on, baby. Yeah, I can feel that push. Oh, come on, it's pushing. Oh, go, go, go. Okay, this is where the GR86 starts to leave me. That's okay.
See, now I left it. On the straight, I did leave the Prius, which is very, very funny.
Yeah, see, the GR86 has more power. It's lighter. This thing's pretty heavy. A freaking Prius is hanging on. So the biggest problem right now with the Prius is the seats. We have determined that even on a rainy track day, this thing can grip on the Ultrac Vorti Plus. And you know what? I'm glad that it's not just hot and dry out here, because Vredestein says this has superior wet performance. And I get to experience that right now.
Okay, so I'm faster than the Prius, but at the same time, I can't lose the Prius. It's not like he's constantly shrinking back to further and further each lap. There's a rubber banding going on because there's definitely places where the safety net of that Prius with all-wheel drive, with the tires it has on it, with the fact that we're not the least bit concerned about it, these things are helping it stay with me really, really well.
Yeah, it gets upset, but the all-wheel drive is actually kind of helping it. But just the fact that I can kind of hang, the point is, I'm having fun in a Prius on the racetrack. What on earth is going on?
I guarantee you, Paul is in the Prius laughing right now because he's keeping within sight of me.
I'm having fun in a Prius. Oh, if I can just get the momentum through here. Oh, yes. I'm smelling the brakes now, baby. Come on, come on, go, go, go. The track is slick. But what a perfect test, though. We know the tires would be great in the dry, right? But on a wet, slick track?
Definitely greasy out there. So obviously the conditions get more difficult for this rear-wheel drive car because it's greasy than they do in the all-wheel drive Prius. I cannot believe I'm speaking to the benefits of the Prius right now as a track car.
And this car is justifying in my mind even more the conversation about doing some sort of performance version of the Prius, and they could because it's hanging on. A car you can do everything with is pretty interesting. Great gas mileage, commute, canyon driving, and then bring it to the track, and it's still fun. I don't care if it's not faster than everybody else. What I care about is if you're having fun. Maintenance required. Maintenance required. Okay, we are back out for a second session. The rain has gone away and the track has dried up. And I have to admit, I'm a little jealous of Todd being in the Prius for the dry session right now because I had so much fun.
I'm pretty excited about putting this on track, not because I'm expecting wonder, because I just love that we're doing it. This is the base level of performance tuning. It's just, let's just get out, have some fun, let's see what difference tires make, because we know that the stock tires are terrible. This, interestingly enough, has the exact same tire size as our old GR86, 225 40 R18s.
It looks so cool on those tires. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Hello.
You're good. I'm just putting you ahead of me just from the start.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've got high hopes for that Prius.
Okay, well, hey, if I gun you down, then bonus, but I'm putting you ahead on purpose.
I will let you by and cackle and laugh and cheer you on.
That'll be amazing if that happens. All right, yeah. Parts that will eventually be available for this generation of the Prius, they just don't exist yet. So we've done what we can, which is limited to wheels and tires. All-Track Bordy Plus. Now they are a little bit smaller in total diameter than the original wheels. The original wheels are the 195s on those 19s, and they're pretty tall. These wheels are about 6% smaller in total diameter, so we're having to figure out that calculation when we do it.
Oh, I've got such high hopes for Todd. I'm so kind of jealous because it's so wrong it's right, you know? It's so dumb, it's kind of right.
The bonus is, I'm getting a dry session. Now that probably means that the fastest 86 lap we'll have for reference will be Paul in that car, and the fastest Prius lap we'll have will be me in this car. Let's hope for the best.
All right, let's go. All right.
Here we go. Oh, the absurdity is wonderful. Oh, the seat is terrible. I mean, I knew it was terrible, but I just got out of the 86 where the seat was good. This is bad. This is very bad. All right, come on. My core is being destroyed by the effort it's taking to keep myself upright in the seat because the seat is doing me no help whatsoever.
The performance of the GR86 really magnifies tire quality and how good your tires are more than just about any other car I've ever experienced. See, like right there, it just gets really kind of loose. I wish, oh, there we go. Tires went away. Yeah, track is still a little bit greasy and I'm still a little bit too aggressive. That's all right.
Come on, little Prius. Come on. We can hit 100 on the back straight. I know we can. Almost, almost, almost. I got to do it at 98. All right, whoa, all right, that's a lot of braking. That did better than I thought it would. Okay, all right. The brakes are doing surprisingly well. I could brake a little later. I haven't heard that in a Prius before, have you? I could brake a little later. Yep. This car is so confused. It desperately wants to know who's driving it. I can smell the brakes. I can smell them. I'm actually like catching curves and stuff.
Look, the Prius is kind of hanging. See, I knew he would have fun.
I bet you that my lap time in this car in the dry will beat my 86 lap time in the wet. I bet you money.
Now the GR86 is coming alive. See, it's pushing. Come on. There we go. And Miata spun. Go around him. Track surface is a little bit sketchy right now. Got pretty greasy out here. Fighting the tires, fighting the track surface. It's not really ideal, but the car sure is. Yes! Spun out. Good spin out there. Been taking it pretty hard. Got a good spin out.
That was like an actual like proper line through that corner in a Prius. This is very fun. I am tracking a Prius. I'm actually trying to hurt this car now. I don't mean that in a terrible way. I'm just saying I'm not giving it any quarter. I'm asking for everything it's got. And that's a little wide. Okay. This is a riot. It's an absolute riot. Hi guys. Got to floor it as soon as humanly possible. Let the CVT sort itself out. Give me all the power it's got. That's right, I'm about to pass a Miata. Holy crap. The Prius! I just threaded the needle. What's that about? What just happened? What parallel universe am I living in where I just threaded the needle and passed two cars? I didn't see a yellow anymore. What? That's not supposed to happen. NA Miata is trying to catch me, but the truth is, he can't. That's what's so unbelievable. That is something he will not tell his Miata friends. Well, I had trouble passing a Prius. SurPrius. So the big takeaway here, the headline, if you will, is don't buy a Miata as a track car, buy a Prius. Don't do that.
Tires just let go. I hate to say it, but I guess I was trying to find that, and I found it.
Oh God, I can't believe how much fun this is. It's really stupid. I don't advise it. I really don't advise it. It's the wrong car. This is a Prius with high temp brake fluid and different wheels and tires. That is it. No sway bars, no suspension changes, nothing else to defend it for track use other than us being morons and coming out here and doing it. You know what? Paul said I'd have fun. He was so very right. There is no question that it is fun to drive a car that isn't meant to be driven fast as it will possibly go. It's a riot. Good job, Prius.
Back in the Prius once again. We are not done yet. We have put these stock wheels and tires back on the car, and I'm kind of freaked out.
The big old 19-inch wheels with the low rolling resistance, super tall tires. Wonder what a flying lap will be on these tires. So far, honestly, it's not nearly as bad as I feared.
Oh, and they're already giving up. What it's made this car do is settle differently. This car wants to turn in a little bit harder, but then it immediately gives up. Whereas the other tires, the Vredesteins, are so far superior in controllability, even for a Prius. But if I just hang on to the squeal, that's interesting. At a lower speed, I can kind of control the car if I just keep the squeal.
Oh God, the slide. Okay, yeah. Overwhelmed the tires in that moment. Okay, all good. Oh, a lot of squeal. Understeer. Okay, yep, we're out, we're through. Good, everybody survived. You have to be really careful with the amount of steering input you put in because there's a line, so you have to find the perfect speed to get squeal with minimal slide, and then whatever you do not turn in more than that, or it just becomes a straight line of understeer out of the corner.
Can I hold the squeal? Yes. Yes, I can. There's still a fair amount of grip. It's too early and it goes away too quickly. and there's no steering feel whatsoever.
What's interesting is with these original wheels and tires on, I'm more aware at how we're pushing the car. The other wheels and tires kind of hid how much we were out of this car's comfort zone. But in this situation, there's no question.
The grip is so poor here. It makes the car feel really heavy, and the fun has disappeared.
Honestly, what this proves undeniably is whatever car you have, please go track that car. Put on some good tires, possibly some alternate wheels, and go track whatever it is you have, because you will have fun. Oh my gosh. What's also funny is Paul is standing on the pit wall cheering me on, which is actually kind of my favorite thing about this, I think, because it's just so stupid.
The fastest lap times support our experience, with the 86 and Prius almost exactly the same speed in the wet, and surprisingly good in the dry, with the stock tires coming in significantly slower.
Okay. Yep, the Prius did not beat the GR86 on track. But you know what? It wasn't the slowest car in the session.
There is a lot of pleasure in tracking something that isn't designed to be on track and blowing the minds of everyone everywhere, and it was not the slowest, as you said. So we feel like it's earned these. Well, by the time you see this, our little Prius is going to go away back to Toyota, and we thank Toyota and Vredestein tires for getting behind this absurd idea.
They had a sense of humor. We hope you've had a sense of humor about it. It's been an absurd little project. Thank you for watching and joining us for something, well, just completely different.
First GR badges on a Prius?
There they are. Here they are. The biggest thing I want you to take away is you should go do performance driving in whatever car you have. It doesn't matter. There's no shame. There's only stuff to learn. That is the best part about this. Beyond that, we tracked a Prius on multiple sets of tires and didn't completely embarrass ourselves. I mean, like mostly, but not completely, which is kind of a victory. Let's not apologize. I mean, look at how happy Paul is. That's a victory. That's a victory. Make Paul that happy, that's a good day.
We always like to match our t-shirts with whatever car we're driving or the event we're having, and I don't have a cool GR Prius shirt yet. Toyota, I want one. Grime. And paint it that color that the 4Runner comes in, and the old Tundra, that lime. I want a lime grime. Give me a lime grime, and I'll be happy.